Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be reacting and reviewing to Sora Tob Sakana with Ribbon. Now, you know what I'm going to say if you've been here for a while. Standard format with the new channel since we restarted everything. We have to do it this way. If you want to see the reaction, I've actually just done it. Check out the link in the description below and you'll be able to see me reacting to the video. It's a really interesting, wonderful video. I do recommend you check that out. If not, I'm about to give you the review right now. So, have you seen the reaction? Have you seen the video? Have you seen everything you need? Are you ready for my review? Because here it comes. It's review time. Alright, so if you haven't paused this, or if you've just unpaused it after watching the video, you'll know that I was actually quite taken by that, and there is a lot to unpack on this one. Now, simply put, a lot of the benefits of this song are in the fact that it's just such a wonderful mix of things. And if we start talking about the music, so I want to talk about the video as well. If we talk about the music first of all, obviously, like I said, I didn't pick up the lyrics too well. I picked up some words, but not enough to really assess the lyrics. And so I can't be 100% sure of what the song's about. However, seeing the video and assuming that it's attached to the message in the video, which was quite a nice, clearly told message, the whole feeling of the song is this idea of sort of dreaming about, you know, wanting more, I would imagine. And that certainly would seem correct, because that came across a lot in the tone of the music. Now, the music itself started immediately. I love the way it came in. Everything in this song is quite, almost feels very random. All of the rhythms and the ways that each instrument are playing feels almost disconnected. And when you put them together and you put a beat underneath it, it just, all of the bits fit together like, you know, random Tetris blocks landing until they all make a perfect cube, which of course they wouldn't do because then it'd all disappear. But you know what I'm saying? It's that idea that on their own, everything seems a little bit misshapen, but you put it together, it works brilliantly. What I love though is that they had the good sense, and I love this technique when people do this, when you've got a song where each of the individual instruments maybe doesn't sound like they work together without the underlying beat. If you start off a song without the beat and just those little individual sounds coming in, everything sounds like chaos at first, and it feels like you're just in this sort of soundscape of muddle and what's going on. Then the voice comes in and adds a slight thread between it and starts slightly tying everything together. And then the beat comes in and suddenly what you've been listening to all along is actually a nice tightly knit rhythm and chord pattern and piece of music. I loved how they did that. It's a technique that I always enjoy when it's done properly. I've heard it done badly many times. This was an example of doing it really well. Now, the song continued a fairly similar tone throughout, in that there was this idea of everything sounding slightly chaotic and disjointed, and yet perfectly aligned when you listen to it all together. And I really loved that aspect. Now, I don't know if they had one or two singers. I think they had two singers because I heard one voice higher pitched than the other. Obviously, in these sorts of videos where you don't see the artist, it's kind of hard to tell that, but I do think that was what was going on. However, that worked. But either way, I think that there was so much going on musically that I didn't really notice the two voices being different until I heard one was definitely higher than the other. Whether it required two voices, I don't know, but they did a nice job. The singers did a good job of what they did. The singers did a nice job at what they did, and the voices carried across well, and it added a nice relaxed tone to the top of things. Like I say, that vocal thread that basically gives you something to follow throughout the tune, whilst the beat, which was still quite complicated, holds everything together. So musically, like I say, so many random, well, seemingly random, but in fact very well executed and well composed elements were happening at the same time, keeping everything moving in the same direction. And then you get into that chorus, and it breaks into a very sort of clear 3/4 rhythm, you know, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 sort of thing. It was quite fast, so maybe tripleted, maybe 3/4, depends how you look at it. And when that happened, the music, especially the guitar, went into a more of a straight shooting sort of sound, a bit more strummy, a little bit less intricate, but that's perfect. That's how you signify that we're at the hook, we're at the chorus. It was a good hook, actually. It was surprisingly catchy. I mean, almost pop catchy for a song that seems to be a little bit more of a experimental, jazzy sort of production. I think that yeah, there was a real feeling though that it kept enough intricacy and complication not to just sort of pander in the chorus, and yet the chorus was catchy and it did define itself with that, you know, heavier sort of guitar-y, slightly more growly sound, and with the vocals rising to the occasion and giving a real chorus melody, something that gets stuck in your head and that you can sing along to. The song had so much build-up, had such a nice flow to it that really all it was just intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and it kind of ended. There wasn't really a bridge to speak of, which is fine because the song had so much going on anyway, and it progressed at a very leisurely pace. I was just taken by it. I mean, like I said, the vocals, I'm not saying anything against the vocals. They were simple, and they were enough to give a sort of a nice pointed front to the song when everything's so complicated underneath. The voices were nice, almost still like a lullaby, like a sort of a sleepy song, which beautifully carried that, but with just enough energy and just enough uplift to really convey the feeling that I think the video conveyed eventually, which is the idea that the song's about hopes and dreams and that sort of thing. When it comes to the video, yeah, beautifully executed. I really loved the visual element. I was a bit worried that usually when you see these kinds of videos where it's small animal in black and white drawn world, what you usually get is kind of a relatively middle of the road sort of ballad or techno song underneath, and it tends to usually be the videos rescuing the song a lot of the time. This was not the case here. I think that they complemented each other perfectly. Again, the video sort of moved in a slow moving way, kind of like the song was doing, but also with a lot of detail and intricacy happening, again, like the song. So it felt like it was almost a perfect visual representation of what was happening musically underneath. Sorry, that was a bit of a click there, wasn't it? Can't do that. Maybe that. I don't know what happened there. Just a loud click suddenly. So it just appeared on my computer. I was like, oh! I'm looking at the audio recording right now. It goes, ah! So anyway, I will get back to talking about the song. Sorry, the video. So I like that. I like the way that they gave a wonderfully interesting character to the little rabbit character and to his small sidekick. I'm not sure what animal that was supposed to be. I maybe should have paid more attention. But at first I thought for example, when the rabbit puts the record player on, it turns into a train. I thought, oh, okay, they're just randomly doing imagery. Oh, records go around, trains go around. But then that sort of beautifully played in the idea that, maybe music evokes a feeling or a memory or a hope or makes you think of somewhere. And then obviously the train became the motif, then the rabbit dreams of the train later and then all those sorts of things, and eventually ends up getting the train to go somewhere completely different. And that sort of feeling at the end that the rabbit and the other creature, whatever it was, really should have paid attention, are separated, but kind of still backs to the same wall, kind of thinking together, like separated but close. I love the message if it was as it appears to be. It was just, the whole thing came across really nice to me. I enjoyed the tone. I thought it was musically really interesting, really different from a lot of stuff we've heard before. It had that sort of complication and detail that you'd expect maybe from those sort of math rock groups, as they're often called. I often wonder why they call them that, like sort of Sokoninaru. And, it had those elements. But what was interesting is that it had all of those and yet conveyed the simple, easy to follow, comfortable, relaxing nature of a lullaby. It was like this incredibly detailed, bustling, bright, interesting thing that also was just a nice, sweet lullaby. I love that they managed to achieve that. I thought that was brilliant. I'm really looking forward to hearing more by them. So as always, I don't pre-research groups. I'm really looking forward to you guys telling me a little bit more if you're already a fan or if you know about Sora Tob Sakana. So please do tell me more. I look forward to hearing more by them, certainly, as and when we can get round to it. So if you give me suggestions, as you can do in the Reddit or the Discord, Reddit's the best place, which are linked in the description below. Discord's mainly for our big group conversations, which are going on 24/7. So, but Reddit, I'll definitely find your link if you put it in there. And obviously we've also got links to our Facebook and Twitter and to our Patreon if you want to support us on there. Big thank you. As always, every video I've got to say, because it's so true, thank you to our Patreon supporters. You make everything happen. That's why the lights are still switched on in here. So all I can really say, massive thank you for suggesting this song, guys. I can't remember exactly who suggested it, but great suggestion. Thanks to you guys for following to the end of the video. Looking forward to hearing your opinions, getting in the comments with you guys very soon. And until I see you hopefully soon on the next video or in the comments, for now, ciao, ciao.